Welcome back to the program once again. If you're just joining us, this is the campaign edition of Choice 2017, and we're talking about matters politics. As I've already told you, NASA, or rather ODM, are holding their rally in Homa Bay, led by Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho. Jubilee, they've taken a rest today, but they're going to have a press briefing shortly from their Pangani headquarters, and the topic will be about corruption. Speaking about corruption, you know, both NASA and Jubilee have been accusing each other, you know, saying that each side is receiving campaign funding from, you know, unscrupulous business people. Those who are saying that they should make clear where they're getting this cash from. Let's listen into some of the exchanges between NASA and Jubilee on this matter.
Candidate ya Jubilee kule Moraki kule Kirinyaga ni nani?
Every bodaboda tunanunua inatoka Uchina. Tunajenga kazi Uchina badala ya kuanzisha viwanda hapa mashinani. Kwa hivyo hiyo viwanda mashinani itakuwa ni kazi yetu.
Now that they have accepted that their campaign is financed by corrupt cartels, the people of Kenya want to know what is the agreement with these corrupt cartels so that they can finance the NASA campaign.
That is Deputy President William Ruto speaking about, you know, NASA being funded by corrupt cartels. For the longest time possible, we've known NASA to have used corruption as some sort of a punching bag whenever they talk against Jubilee. But we're seeing Jubilee leaders now coming out accusing NASA of corruption.
One thing I want to tell you, as a political scientist, when I take this newspaper, the first thing I analyze is what is propaganda on it and what is not. You saw the news that was there in one of the dailies about someone financing NASA. You cannot give an ordinary Kenyan who holds no posts 4-page spread to cover him, how he is corrupt, how he did this. That had to be sponsored. Somebody was behind that publication. And that publication was meant to put NASA on the spot. So, you know, they are basking in the fact that majority of Kenyans may not understand that detail. But if you looked at that story, you knew it was not worth all the acres of pages it was printed on.
Are you saying it's
meant
not
to
based
change
on
the
facts?
perception?
Are you saying it's not based on facts?
It wasn't based on facts.
But these are individuals.
But you see, when you want to lie, you take a bit of truth and you stretch it. You stretch it into lies. And that is what they did. That thing was meant to put NASA on the spot because they had found it very difficult, very, very difficult to defend themselves against corruption that are glaring. Because just the other day, you see a bridge, 2 bridges of the same length, one built on the same river, one built at 1.2 billion and the other one built at 150 million. And unfortunately, the one that costed more is the one that collapsed even before the first rat passes on it. So I think it was just a way of finding an excuse to return it to NASA in the same kind.
Prof, you've seen the allegations there by the Deputy President. He's questioning who are these people who are funding NASA. And Owidio, of course, clearly says that this is just propaganda. Do you agree with that?
Both sides have questions to answer. Let me comment on the bridge. It's too early to start making categorical statements. If some of the things we are hearing are true, that bridge was sabotaged, if they are true, it's too early to make conclusions. So let's wait for proper investigation. If it is sabotage, we want to know exactly what happened because it's too early. And there is that feeling. So that's one thing. As for the corruption charges, allegations, let's say allegations, both sides are good at doing it. We saw there Raila, the ODM chief, talking about Waiguru. And we saw William Ruto talking about the story on Jimmy, not Maina, Jimmy Wanjigi. Yeah? And Jimmy is known to be a shrewd businessman who plays on both sides, okay? Whatever that is. Now, when it comes to allegations, each side has a lot of dirt. Raila has to deal with something called what? Triton. He has to deal with something called molasses. He has something, the Musalia has to deal with some graves, has to deal with quite Goldenberg. Wetangula is a good man, but he has a few questions to answer about Tokyo. So when you get, and Isaac, he has a few questions to answer about accounts in Bomet when he's the governor. So both sides have enough dirt to throw at each other.
And clearly it's not a badge of honor.
It's not a badge of honor.
Yeah.
So it's not something that the people should be talking with pride. Yeah.
Jeremy, is there a need, for these two main parties to make clear, to clear the air on who exactly is, funding them, or perhaps where they're getting their campaign funds, just to bring to an end such allegations that have been raised by both sides?
One, I don't think any of the coalitions would come out and say who is funding them. But let me say that both...
That will give room for more speculation.
Of course. Let me say that both NASA and Jubilee has got no power, no moral authority. History have shown that they can't, and they've got no political will to fight corruption in this country. That has to be well said. That the two coalitions are taking Kenyans for a ride. Yes, as Prof has said, and let me not again repeat, that both of the coalitions have got so much questions to be asked. A lot of questions need to be asked on them. And as I speak, EACC have really shown that about 608 billion shillings, this government, 608 billion shillings, we lose it every year.
Every single year.
Every single year because of corruption. That's a lot of money. And therefore, I don't think that NASA, wherever they are, they can really say that when they get into power, they'll fight corruption, because they don't have that political will. Yeah.
Owidi, you'll react to that shortly. But before that, clearly it is a political season. Questions have been raised. People are demanding for answers left, right, and center. And of course, there is the politics of between those who are incumbents right now and those who want to take them out of power. And case in point, let's cross over to the coastal city of Mombasa, where apparently there's some sort of politics of billboards. Take a look.
Airport everywhere 3 meters unaona picha. Hizo picha ndizo wananchi watakula. Sasa hizo picha awekee wananchi kwa meza wakule basi. There is the law. And the law must be fair to everybody. Alafu nikaona jana National Police Service wanapatia Joho protection. Keep off. National Police Service should keep off siasa ya Joho hapa. Si kuwekwa kwa mfuko hapa. Wanaenda kuprotect yeye kwa nini? Basi apime hii hewa, apimie wa Kenya hewa hii. Hewa hii ni a gift from God. Apimie wa Kenya. Kila Mkenya atavuta hewa kiwango gani? Apimie wa Kenya hewa. Lakini huwezi weka billboard from airport all the way everywhere 3 meters ni Joho. Joho. Toa hizo uweke wananchi wakule kwa meza.
Siweki billboard mpaka niipate kisheria. Lakini nitaweka juu ya billboard ya NASA. Katika ile flexi nitaweka mahali, nitaweka sura yangu pale. Kwa vile mimi ni mwana NASA na hatuna namna nyingine isipokuwa pia saa nyingine kuwapandia migongoni, sio? Kama gavana wa NASA amekataa kupatia watu fursa ya kujitangaza. Sasa Raila hawezi kuwa na shida na mimi. Nikijiweka pale juu ya billboard, manake nimeangalia pale wamebeba makoti, kuna nafasi juu. Kwa hivyo nataka niweke hapo juu. Tutaweka artwork nzuri, hatutoe haribu ile design. Hata wenyewe watafurahi. Wakiona. Nitajiweka hapo juu vizuri. Tutakiflex tu robo, tutakiprint, sura zao zitabakia na makoti na kila kitu, lakini sisi pia tuko kwa hapo chini tunasema NASA wao wa pamoja. Kwa hivyo muona wengi mmefurahia idea ya kijinius hiyo nitafanya. Ni hiyo peke yake. Maana wazee wangu wale kama sina billboard nifanye nini? Lakini pia nimewashauri hawa watu wa kina Magnet na wengine wasiwe na hofu. Watupe Joho hashindi jamaa.
That is Mombasa Senator Hassan Omar raising, he was a bit funny, but of course raising something that is very serious, an issue that people have been talking about this whole week at the coastal city of Mombasa. Earlier on speaking was the Coast Regional Coordinator Nelson Marwa, saying that all billboards are just, for just one person. They're therefore giving the other candidates some sort of unfair ground. Prof, do you think this is some sort of, power kind of infighting, or what should I call it actually? A clash between incumbents and those who are
It is the ODM infighting. Extended to something called NASA. Now you see, Hassan Omar, deep down, Damu is ODM. But when he got messed up in the last time, he jumped to Wiper. Now they are together in the same ship again, and they are quarreling about billboards. That is not given a chance by Joho to have his billboard. And I think Marwa is enjoying. Because he said, now what is this? You people... Actually, because they're actually the same people who are quarreling about billboards. And the infighting maybe need to be sorted out. I think if what was said there is accurate, it is wrong to deny other people opportunity to put up their billboards. If that's happening, then Joho is wrong to that extent. And I think that's the issue that's being raised. And Marwa, being Marwa, you're just saying you cannot have just one person. The others should also be seen, even if you're not going to, you don't have a chance of whatever. Your face, your billboards, your agenda should be available to the voters of Mombasa so that they can make informed decisions as to who they want. I think that's what was being raised here.
Yeah, speaking about Marwa, of course, we all know that his differences with the governor is well documented. But should we be discussing about billboards at this moment?
I have listened to Marwa. This is the second time this week. Actually, that day, even Joho called in here when I was in studio.
Yes.
But first of all, let's look at Marwa. Honestly, he's appearing as if he's the one who is more interested in the welfare of people of Mombasa, to an extent of wondering why Joho is not providing food, but instead providing billboards. Two, I think Joho is in authority to run Mombasa. It is not Marwa. Marwa, mambo yake ni security, and it is security alone. Oh. More so, when Joho called here, Awiti Bolo also called. That is the other candidate for gubernatorial. Joho said that he had booked those slots where his billboards appear. There are some other places remaining, and the other candidates can also book those ones. And fortunately, he had booked the strategic places.
That is Joho.
Joho.
Yes.
So we told him here that, Joho, what you can do now is you can share some of those positions with them. But then he said, I had booked them early because I am a candidate. Forget about that I'm a governor. I am a candidate, so I booked them as a candidate. Them, they were still sleeping. But I also told Awiti Bolo that
and he gave himself as a governor.
Yes. Yeah. I also told Bolo that if you feel that you have been aggrieved, go to court very quickly as a matter of emergency under certificate of agency, and then have Joho compelled to give you those slots. The only place where I disagreed with Joho, he said, Bolo had said he wanted a place where he can put his billboards temporarily until election ends. When earlier Joho defense was, there are some places they want to put where we cannot allow, because after they remove their posters, those selling beer and cigarettes may also want to put theirs there, and they are near schools. But remember, Bolo had said he just want to put it temporary. After that, those places will not be allowed for billboards.
Anyway, speaking of Awiti, his deputy also spoke about, this politics of billboard at the coast. Let's listen into what actually it's a she. What she had to say.
It's very tough.
We are seeking for governorship. It is not a child's play. We must be seen. We must. Whether we in Dakni or we Kithini, we must be seen. It's not a joke. We are not in some football of Arsenal and Manhattan, where you cry when you're defeated or not. This is about our lives. We are looking for governorship to change the lives of Mombasa people. It's not a laughing matter. We are in full throttle. Hey.
Clearly, it's not a laughing matter.
She asked me to translate for you, kidney or neck.
What is it, by the way? What was she trying to say?
Whether you shake or vibrate, we are in it.
Yeah. And she's clearly saying that they need to be seen out there. It's something that
she's very
Joho is
humorous,
denying them.
when you look at it.
Anyway, speaking about billboards, do you think this is the right time to talk about billboards? Because a lot is at stake right now.
Yeah, I think before I talk about that, let me just again correct Prof. It is not true that it is all about a NASA family that was fighting about billboards. It's on record that Suleiman Shabal was also fighting for the same billboard. So it's not about a NASA family.
He was talking about, these two individuals who are part of NASA and
Hassan
and Joho.
No. Prof, he brought it that this is a NASA family. But having said that...
But they are NASA, both of them.
All candidates are complaining.
No, Shabal is not NASA. That need to go on record.
Just react to the question.
But I think there's something that Maro said that caught my ear. One, that why should the National Police Service protect Hassan Joho? I think that is very unfortunate to come from Marwa. The governor himself, Hassan Joho, need to be protected by the National Police. So that's very unfortunate. But talking about the billboards, I think the advice that Owidi and Owidi et al. Gave Governor Joho was very right, that indeed at least leave for others, some place so that they can also advertise themselves, because these are about perception, advertise yourself. And therefore, I think take the whole county and put all the billboards. That's not very fair. And just to correct Owidi, there's a very thin line between the governor, the Joho, the candidate, and the Joho, the governor. There's a very thin line. He gave himself all those places to advertise himself, and therefore, it's upon him to be democratic and allow others.
I think you guys are being unfair to me. There's a question I've raised and no one has answered.
Give it to me.
Yeah, it's all about, I'm talking about the billboards, because the main question is this. Are they even supposed to talk about billboards now? There's a lot of things at stake in Mombasa.
I think what they're trying to do is campaign, and they think billboards
But there are much
part
more
of
important
present.
things than billboards. That's what I'm trying to say. There's so many important
things. Yes,
I told you something about
let me give you a chance. And then
I told you something about the population in Kenya. This is something that Socrates complained about many, many years ago. Majority of the voter have no idea even the role of a governor. They have no idea the role of the leaders they want to elect.
But they're not written on the billboards.
For them, they want to elect somebody they are familiar with, somebody they see when they wake up, somebody who purports to do for them favors, and they would want to punish somebody that they believe has not done them favors, is not one of their own.
So they think that you think people will achieve that through the billboard?
Yeah, the billboard will make very many people.
Because his senator, that is Senator James Orengo, did not have a single poster. The same can be said of the Nairobi woman rep. She didn't have a single
billboard is KTN and all the other stations.
And what you do for the people?
Is there on a daily basis.
And what you do for the people? Prof, react to that, please.
No, billboards are very important.
They are.
They are extremely important. For one, they show presence. And you walk around and you see that person is serious. He's everywhere.
Yes.
That's a message. There's no time to discuss the issues. It's more the presence and then the believability that goes with the presence.
No.
So I've tried to go around some counties. And one of the things I try to notice, how big are the billboards and how frequent are they?
And how beautiful are they?
So that when you go around, you see...
Hassan was there talking about the design.
Yes, you see.
He's going to
So
make
poor Hassan is complaining he's not being seen. No, not that he's not being heard. It's that he's not being seen because it sends subliminal message to that this person is there. Let me give you another example. In 2013, this time from Murang'a County.
Yes.
The governor there, Godmon Gyoidia, how he won was just having one lorry with his picture around, moving throughout all the roads of Murang'a. So people walk, they drive, all they see is a picture of this man. Nothing else. And so it's sunk in.
Stuck into people's
mind. So the billboards are very important in terms of showing the seriousness of the candidate, the presence, and those who have never heard of him, then the picture gets into the mind. And when you get to the voting booth, and you are wondering, this, now we have about 30 people in one place, maybe trying to get the same job. And you look at it, now, whom do I know here? It's the picture you've been seeing all the time, unless there is now some other reason, personal attachment. Like you are talking about Orengo not having billboards and being, because he's known. He's a familiar name in that area, not from now, but from a long time ago, being a political troublemaker. Yeah. Always being in the news.
Positive troubles.
For good or bad reasons, but always what? Yeah. In the news. People who are always in the news have name recognition. And if you add a picture to that, they have name and picture recognition. So that someone can get away with that. But people who are not very well known, it helps to have that picture in the mind. And the billboards do a great job of this. I think that's why Joho grabbed everything so that nobody else is seen.
Speaking of Joho, we're going to go straight to Homa Bay. And of course, those who are making billboards, they'll be smiling all the way to the bank, clearly. Anyway, let's cross over to Homa Bay, where Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho is currently addressing ODM supporters there. Let's listen in.
Nilisema nitakuja na niko na sababu za msingi za kuja hapa. Kwanza leo nataka niseme, ukitizama runinga, one thing that makes me really proud to be here today. Nalikuwa namwambia my brother Kaluma hapa, from an outsider wa bunge, ukiangalia runinga, unakuta the strongest defense ya Raila Amolo Odinga in parliament inaanzia hapa Homa Bay County. Nilikuwa naambia watu wengine kule nyuma, ukiona hii jeshi ya Homa Bay County ambayo iko bunge sahihi, Mheshimiwa Kaluma, Mheshimiwa Gladys Wanga, Mini Geza, ukiona bunge na maana hii, Duale anaanza kukojoa mwenyewe. Hajaongea, ameanza kuingia nini? Mitini. Ukienda Senate na uangalie my brother Moses Kadiwanga na maana hii, akiongea utasema ni wazee 10 wa kaya wameongea. Substance, positive energy, and that's the kind of team we want to build for Raila Amolo Odinga. Mimi nataka niwaambie maneno na mnisikize kwa makini sana, because this is very important to us. Ni kitu muhimu sana. Mimi si kutoka Mombasa kuja kutembea tu hapa Homa Bay. Nimekuja hapa niwache ujumbe, na lazima tuelewane. Najua hii siasa ya safari hii sio mchezo. Mimi kama Hassan Joho siendi tena opposition. There is no way I'm going to go in opposition after 2017 election. Ni lazima tujipange. By all means possible. Waswahili nasema kwa hali na mali, tuone Raila Amolo Odinga amekuwa rais wa 5 wa nchi hii tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8. Na mimi nataka niwaambie ndugu zangu wa Luo Nyanza, this is not the time to ask Raila any question. Nataka niwaambie na mnisikie. The only thing you need to do now is to encourage and support Raila Odinga aende kuwa president. Mimi sitaki kusikia story mnasema mnataka kukaa na Raila mumuulize nini. Wacha watu wengine waulize, hata sisi pwani hatumuulizi kitu. Tunamwambia tu wewe jitayarishe kuwa rais wa nchi hii. So I am telling you here today, my brothers from Nyanza, your energy now going forward shall only be used to ensure Raila Odinga wins presidency tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8. Na mimi nataka niulize swali. Mimi nimesikia vurugu sana ya nomination hapa Nyanza. Nimesikia sijui nani amefanya hivi, this one is angry, this one is dissatisfied, huyu mwingine anasikia yuko changed. But I want to remind you, unaweza kuongea mambo ya nomination sana mpaka kusahau that our objective is to form government. Sisi kazi yetu sahihi for the next 30 days, hakuna wengine isipokuwa kuhakikisha kwamba Raila anakuwa president na watu ambao wanamlinda karibu Raila pia wanashinda viti vyao. Let me assure you, Raila Odinga, what he needs today is to be assured that every man and woman that is eligible to vote in the Luo Nyanza shall vote on the 8th of August 2017. Raila Odinga today needs to be assured that we shall support him by ensuring we give him good men and women in leadership that will be loyal to his cause. Pana kupatia sisi president, kesho watu bunge wanaanza kukosea president heshima. Pana namna hiyo, tutaki hizo story. We are going to fight for Raila to be president and we are going to protect his presidency wakati akiwa katika kiti cha rais. Na ninaambia hii ni kitu muhimu sana kwetu. This is very important. That is why I am proud to be in Homa Bay. I was telling my brother Kaluma here, I am happy you won your nominations. Yes, the same applies to Mili Gezageza and Moses Kajwang and Mama, the Queen of Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga. What I expect you to do is now to train the others. When they come to parliament, their loyalty lies squarely to the party ODM and the leadership of the party. And this is none other than Raila Amolo Odinga. We know Raila Odinga has a clear agenda for this country. He must be supported to implement it. Naambia hakuna mchezo. Nimekuja hapa namna hiyo ndio hivyo. Raundi hakuna nini? Mchezo. Sisi kule kwetu, where we come from, kuanzia Lungalunga mpaka Kiunga, mimi nimetembea huko, and I can tell you, usisikie stories za hawa watu wengine. Hawa jamaa wanaongea sana, usisikie story. Tumeamua sisi na watu wa Nyanza, Mandeluo Nyanza, and natural allies, tutaenda mkebe moja, kikapu moja, njia moja, mpaka tuhakikishe kwamba tumekomboa nchi yetu. Our relationship ni wa kihistoria. Uhusiano wetu na nyinyi ni wa kihistoria. And that is why we never want any conditions. Ikiwa sisi watu ya Pwani, we've never asked Raila any question. Who are you in Luo Nyanza to ask him a question? Who are you? Sisi tumesimama na yeye unconditionally because we believe in his ideology, agenda, and what he has for the people of this country. So mimi nataka niwaambie leo nimekuja hapa nikasema ukweli. Sitaki historia ya kusikia kwamba Raila Odinga akifika Nyanza anaulizwa maswali kinamna gani. Why? You cannot ask him any question today. Wewe mimi nataka umwambie, ukimwona hapa umwambie mimi nimekuja hapa ku pledge my contribution in the adopt a polling station system. Useme mimi nimekuja hapa kuhakikisha kwamba vijana 10 tujitolea to go door to door to ensure siku hiyo vijana wametoa kina mama wazazi kwenda kupiga nini? Kura. I want to leave here after I'm being assured by you that we shall have 100% of Homa Bay voting for ODM on 8th of August. Tukubaliana namna hiyo kwanza. Tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8 1% ya watu ya Homa Bay watatoka kupigia kura Raila Amolo Odinga. Tumeambiana kubaliana namna hiyo. And I want to tell my brother Governor Cyprian Awiti, what you're going to do for me here, assemble all the county ambulances and the doctors and the nurses on the AV. You must make sure you go for the sick in each hospital. Patia oxygen, peleka kituoni, wapige kura, alafu bisha hospitali watibiwe. We do not want to lose a single vote here in Homa Bay. If I can do it in Mombasa, why not Homa Bay? Tumelewana? And let me tell you something. In Mombasa today, the county assembly of Mombasa is 100% ODM. 100%. That on its own is an indication that we believe in the cause of the party. You must belong to or identify with a certain ideology in a political movement. You cannot just be a man running. For who? Na mnajua wacha niwaambie, tukifika bunge hivi, jamaa wataanza kutafuta kununua watu wetu. We must cushion the government. We must protect the government from hawa watu wa hizi hawa. because they will use a lot of money. Unajua ni watu wa basha hao. Na wanaziiba kila siku. Ndio mimi nikasema jana, it is very dangerous to go to a bus stop na uone basi hapo kuta dereva ni mlevi na conductor ni mwizi. You cannot board that bus. Huwezi panda hiyo bus. Si tumekubaliana namna hiyo? So tafadhali, it is very, very important that we understand each other here in Homa Bay. Hapa kuna timu nzuri ya ODM. Me, I even telling Baba, somebody asked me, why are you going to Nyanza to campaign? Na Nyanza ndio basket ya ODM. I want to tell them, I'm here to get an assurance that first of all, we'll have 100% of the votes that will turn out to vote in 8th of August 2017. Second, I want to remind you that it's important that we build a strong army to protect our president. Mimi nina imani Raila amekuwa president tayari. Ndio maana nakwambia sio ndio opposition. Now, my brother Mose, let me tell you, in Mombasa we have decided Uhuru Kenyatta amezoea kutufungia sisi. So hatuendi mkutano yake tena. What we will do, akiwa Mlaleo tutakuwa Kongowea. Akiwa na rally tutakuwa na rally. So akija hapa mfungamano, wewe weka rally hapa. Akisema huko unamjibu hapa. Hii ni siasa bwana, kuna mchezo. Hii siasa. Hakuna free ride hapa. Hakuna free ride. Sina hiyo. Kama noma. Kama mbaya. Ama namna gani? Hakuna mambo ya kutichana. Ni kusema tu ukweli vile ulivyo. Ndio maana mimi nimefurahia kuwa hapa. Na nikitoka hapa, nimemwambia my sister Mimi geza moyo come back here. Nataka nyinyi mkitoka hapa mtembee mashinani. I want you guys to be our foot soldiers on the ground. All of you. Kutoka hapa enda mashinani mtembee. Na mtupatie kwamba the ground is now ready. Tumeelewana? Wacha tumwambie baba wewe tembee huko. I want baba to go to other areas. Get him focused with Rift Valley huko. Na sisi sote tupatie support at a cost. I have told him to come once towards the very end because the soldiers are there on the ground working for him. Simona Mishi hapa. Mishi akiongea huyu ni kama watu 20 wamefanya nini? Wameongea. Na mimi nataka niwaambie vijana wenzangu. Let me tell you something that you did not know here. Me, as Hassan Joho, kama ni nyumba ya Bondo, kama ni nyumba ya Kisumu, kama ni Karen, mimi naingia hiyo nyumba usiku na mchana vile nataka. Raila's home is my home. Kama mtoto na baba. Si namna hiyo? So I want to promise you here today that I shall take care of your interests as the young people in the Raila government. I will remind him every day because I have full access to him. Whether it's going to be in State House ama kwa nyumba yake. I will remind him stories za vijana. Nikikaa naye nitakukumbusha, baba unakumbuka vijana fulani? Tuliahidi au tutabadilisha maisha yao. Sivyo? Na mimi let me tell you, I have been here. Last night I was here. I slept in ni Rusinga. Nikaona ile urembo ulioko hapa. Sasa nikauliza my sister Mili na Glado, wawili niambia nyinyi mnanipenda mchana, usiku mnaniacha hivi hivi. You should find me a wife here. Watafuta bibi hapa. Sisi ni Waislamu. Tunaruhusiwa wangapi? Na ile beach uliona hapa. Kuna beach ya mchanga mweupe na beach ya mchanga mweusi. I should have a second home here in Homa Bay. Mimi nataka kuwa close to power. Nikikaa Homa Bay, nauliza tu. Where is the president today? Bondo. Naenda Bondo hapa. Sina mna hiyo. So mimi nataka nyinyi Kalumo mtafutie nyumba hapa bwana. Hapa. Homa Bay. Sina mna hiyo. So my second home itoke Mombasa, nikiruka na ndege mpaka wapi? Homa Bay. Na achiedo pia sawa. Achiedo pia. Maana najua Raila akiingia hivi unga inashuka chini bei. nguvu ya wanaume inarudi. Vile Lissu alikuwa anasema tunaenda kufanya vile alikuwa anataka tufanye. Si namna hiyo? And I want to tell you something. My friend, hii kura ya safari hii is about your life. Maisha yangu mimi nayapenda sana. Ndio maana nasimama na Raila Odinga. Because I love my life and that of my children, and I want to ensure for positive contribution towards having a better life ya watoto wetu na watoto wa watoto wetu. And the only way you can do it. Hii serikali ni mbovu. Hawa jamani waizi kuruka. Hawa Kristo wengine ni wizi. Mchana ni waizi. Siku ni waizi. Na mimi nimependa hiyo statement tulitoa huko jana Bomet. Nimemwambia Uhuru akikuja hapa. Nasema mimi nataka kuwapatia nyinyi elimu ya bure kuanzia sekondari na university na college na kuendelea. Story ya mimi namwambia Uhuru Kenyatta namna hii. Wewe sasa ni president. Uko na pesa nyingi sana, matrilioni budget. Kama unataka tukuamini, hata tuanze kufikiria kama unaweza kusema ukweli. Wazazi wamelipa karo kuanzia Januari. Sasa tuko Julai. Anza kwanza kurudishia wazazi wote karo ile ambayo wamelipa ile kuanzia Januari. Refund wale wamelipa secondary school, refund wale wamelipa college fees, university fees, warudishie pesa yao kwa M-Pesa. Mpaka tuone M-Pesa imeingia na maana hii, alafu tutaamini kama kweli we can even think. Lakini tunajua ni mwongo wa kawaida. And I'm going to tell you, mimi naambianga kule Mombasa, whether you like it or not, we shall tell you the truth. Na kama umejam, unaweza kubust. Unaweza bust. My life will continue. My life will do what? Na nimekumbusha wale watu wa serikali, kuna wengine wana mdomo sana. Let me tell you, anyone in government today, uwe county commissioner, uwe police, uwe CID, uwe National Intelligence Service, hata uwe nani, if you are turned to be a broker of Jubilee because of your position in government, I want to warn you, my brother, at some point you shall be held to account. You will take responsibility. Ama sivyo? Tunataka kuona watu wa serikali wote wawe neutral. You must accord Raila Odinga the support in equal terms and measures as your support, you're according that support to Uhuru Kenyatta. Si namna hiyo? Na nyinyi polisi naambia, kazi yenu ni kuchunga tu watu wetu. Nimeona picha nyingine imezunguka hapa, wamevaa nguo zingine kubwa za kutisha na matia gas mingi sana. Let me tell you, we will not be intimidated this time. Na mimi nimewaambia, mimi kama jenerali wa Raila Odinga, I want to tell you, on the 8th of August, vile Mishi alisema, nitalala kituoni, nitakesha kituoni, nitakula kituoni, nitakunywa kituoni, nitavaa nguo kituoni, I will do everything kituoni, lakini nitalinda kura ya Raila Amolo Odinga. Na hiyo ni haki yangu. Hiyo ni nini? Haki yangu. Nataka nyinyi pia museme namna hiyo. Mtalala wapi? Mtashinda wapi? Mtaoga wapi? Mtavaa wapi? Mtafanya kila kitu wapi? Mtalinda kura ya? Na kama wewe upendi hiyo, basi. Sina hiyo. Kama upendi hiyo, basi. But we shall protect by all means. Kuhakikisha kwamba hatujui kura. Na mimi namwambia safari hauwezi kuiba kura. Because we are watching you. We are doing what? Watching you. Jana tumesema hapo. How can it be that Embu County, ukipiga mahesabu ya Embu County, and IEBC must come out clear. Ukipiga hesabu ya Embu County, unakuta kwamba kuna kura 17,000 zaidi ya registered voters. So KPMG and IEBC must come out clear and tell us hizi kura ziko wapi. Na kama haziko watoe hizo kura kwa register. Hii kitu ambayo inaongeleshwa hapa kila siku. Mimi najua hawa, if you tell them the truth, unanyamaza kimya. Sababu ana mdomo mrefu sana. Kabisa. Ule jamaa kipindupindu kazi yake ni kuongea sana. Kabisa. Lakini kuna mambo mengine anakimbia hayaongei. And I want to at IEBC, my brother Chebukati, and your team, you are people of integrity, and this country belongs to you. Hii ni nchi yenu kama yetu.
Well, that is Mombasa Governor, the self-proclaimed Sultan, addressing ODM supporters there in Homa Bay County. Earlier on, Gladys Wanga, the Homa Bay County representative among other ODM leaders, had an opportunity to talk to the ODM supporters in that county. And his message was very loud and clear. He had a message for the Luo Nyanza, telling them that they should give unconditional support to Raila Odinga, who is the NASA leader. And they're also, according to him, supposed to vote for the ODM party. I don't know how that will go down to the other political parties or within NASA.
The other political parties, they don't attach so much importance to their party's performance in Luo Nyanza. Whoever comes, they are good with it. So I don't think the issue is with them. The issue may be the independent candidates. Because majority of them are riding on this fact that some of them deserved the ODM ticket and did not get. And therefore, they need to be sympathized with. However, the message Joho is taking there is, we, the people of Mombasa, we are with Baba and we are not opposing him in any way. We don't question him. How come you people of Homa Bay wants to question him? Yeah. That is the message Joho is taking there. And there could have not been a better choice than Joho to take that message to Homa Bay. Because you also realize that Homa Bay is one of the few places Raila has not gone to preach his presidential candidacy and probably the 60s. So I think sending Joho there in advance to see how they feel was a good thing to do, was a good strategy for him.
Probably he knows that the voting bloc there is already in the bag. Prof, you've heard Joho clearly saying that they should support ODM candidates. They should support, how will Fort Kenya, perhaps Wiper or even independent candidates take that?
That's why the others are sideshows. The Wiper is a sideshow. Fort Kenya is a sideshow.
In Homa Bay, that is.
Throughout the country.
You can say that about
It's a sideshow. The main focus is ODM. And he said a lot of things. What he said about forcing people to be ODM, not just ODM, Raila, nothing else, implied dictatorship. You should not question Raila in any way. And when he's wrong, he's right, because he's Raila. That's the message that was, you should not question.
That is the message you got?
That's the message, dictatorship. The other thing I got from here, Joho is a clever man. Yeah? And he can speak, you can see. Yeah? He can work the crowd, and he did. A controlled crowd, of course, a few people in a room, they can look as if they're men, but they were a controlled crowd. And he was working them very well. But what is Joho doing? He's playing the game of succeeding Raila as the ODM leader. In the process, he's wiping out all the other people, because who comes out as the best defender of Raila? Who is selling the ticket better? And who can speak better in working up the crowd and then claim to be across from the lake to the sea? So what I see here, and remember Joho said he's a candidate in 2022. Yes. Yeah? So I see the politics of 2022 in this.
I tend to agree with Prof. We've seen the body language, the way he has portrayed himself, the way he was speaking there. Do you think he's really serious? He's trying to cement his position come 2022?
I see 2022 becoming a battle. One within NASA, two again within Jubilee. But talking about NASA, yes, he's trying to position himself for 2022. But having said that, let me remind the governor of Mombasa that any leader, and in this case a presidential candidate, has to be questioned by the people. It is wrong to say that no one should question Raila. That is not right. Everyone and anyone can question Raila on what he does, what he says, and all that.
Yes.
Three,
as you make your final
yes,
comment, we're almost out of time.
Yes, on 6Ps, let them forget. Like in Kenya, they have decided that they are going to elect me And let me
They should
just
forget us ODM.
They should forget us ODM. And let me just correct Ms. Kulundu, that is the RO, the Siaya County Returning Officer, that banned rallies in Siaya for the next 10 days.
You're not going to talk to your electorate.
That is it. And now that the people have decided to elect me, and now he's stopping me from campaigning, that is very wrong for him.
One final comment. It has been very silent today.
He has stopped everyone. But about the questioning, I think I am in a bit defense of Joho and Raila in this matter. They have not told Raila, Joho has not told these people not to question Raila on any other matters, except matters of the vote we are going to now. This one, we are now on the live stretch, so you shouldn't question. Support your commander until the war is won.
Many thanks, Professor Macharia Munene, for always coming in. Many thanks, Kavino Widia, political analyst, as well as Mtumishi, who is eyeing the Ugenya's parliamentary seat. We wish you all the best, of course. And my name is Yusuf Ibrahim. Many thanks for staying with us. And this has been the campaign edition of Choice 2017. It has been a rather silent Sunday because the main two protagonists have chosen to take a rest. But remember, they're going to resume their campaigns tomorrow. Make sure to join me again next Saturday and Sunday, because it's right here where we're going to definitely give you the whole story. Bye-bye for now, and enjoy the rest of your day.